By the end of this year, it's estimated that there will be more than 8.4 billion voice AI agents in use, which is more than the actual population of planet Earth. This shows that voice AI isn't just the future, it's already here. But the real question is, where does it actually work best for businesses? If you're new here, my name's Tommy Christ. I'm the founder of Arose AI, where we've automated well over 100,000 real calls for businesses using voice AI agents across pretty much every single industry you can imagine. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 voice AI agent use cases and where I actually see these delivering real value for businesses out in the real world. We'll cover both inbound and outbound examples. I'll back that up with some real data. And then at the very end, I'll show you exactly how you can get started building these for your own business. So let's hop into it. And I made a little slideshow so it's super easy to follow along. So once again, going over who I am. My name's Tommy Christ. I started my agency over a year and a half ago. I've automated over 100,000 calls with AI for real businesses. I also help 1,400 plus other people do the same in my free community. And if you'd like to work with me and my team at Arose AI, make sure to book a call down below. It'll be the top link in the description. So moving on to our agenda, I'll speak about why voice AI actually matters, the 5 use cases, what you actually came here for, and then I'll mention how you can actually build it yourself. So how to know your business actually needs voice AI. So here are 4 signs you need voice AI. And I'd like you to think about your business and sort of its operations and see if any of these resonate with you, because they're all leading indicators that you could use voice AI. First is that you have a ton of missed calls and voicemail. Second is your staff is always answering repetitive questions and sort of doing the same tasks over and over, like uploading the same data to a CRM. If you have no follow-up and you're losing leads in your pipeline, then lastly, if your staff are overwhelmed, but you're not ready to hire yet, all really like leading indicators that you need voice AI. And so what happens if you don't fix these problems? First, you lose leads. Point blank, period. You make less money. And then your team becomes overwhelmed. And this combination means you just aren't able to scale because you're not making enough money to hire new people. And your current people can't put out more because they're overwhelmed. And so you're just treading water as a business. That's a huge sign that you need to implement AI and find some more leverage in your business. Now, I do want to mention that voice AI has a lot of hype, but it's not unwarranted because 84% of enterprise companies are increasing their voice AI spend this year, and 45% already use it to boost their operations efficiency, and 35% of it use it for individual productivity of employees. And here's the market size of voice AI. Currently, it's pretty small at a couple $1 billion, but it's projected to grow at 33% a year, meaning within a decade, it will be a $48 billion market. And so if you're able to get in down here, you're just way ahead of the curve in terms of being ahead of your competitors and everything like that. So let's actually get into the use cases. We have some lead reactivation, 2 different AI receptionists, internal follow-up, and appointment setting. Lead reactivation. What does this actually do? Automatically calls and follows up with old leads, inactive customers, or cold email lists, which a lot of you guys, I'm sure, have those just lying around collecting dust. It can re-engage them with offers, specifically new offers this is great for, set appointments, or move them back into your pipeline. So who's this for? Home service companies with 6+ months of old leads just sitting in Jobber, Service Titan, or some other CRM. Med spas, gyms, or clinics with a huge list of no-shows or past clients who actually never came back. And then anyone who's paid for leads but never followed up with them more than once, or you just send a couple texts or a couple emails. It's great to actually reach out with a call, try and reactivate them. Next, we have the first AI receptionist, which is an appointment booking receptionist. So what does it do? It answers your inbound calls 24/7 and books them directly into your calendar. This means it can reschedule, confirm, or even text out reminders to everybody it books in automatically while you sleep. So who's this for? It's for people like contractors, roofers, dentists, or HVAC companies who often miss calls because they're actually on the job site. It's for clinics that get swamped and lose patients when nobody picks up. Because if they're calling you and you don't pick up, guess who they're going to dial? They're just going to dial the next person on that Google search list or the next best reviews. It's really about who answers and who's actually taking in these leads. And it's also for small businesses where they even have a receptionist and the owner is still answering the phone by themselves. This next one is internal follow-up. I actually love this use case. I think way more businesses can use it, but I've seen it specifically in the construction niche because what it does is it calls your field crew, installers, or subcontractors to collect updates or job site reports. It then logs their answers to your CRM or a spreadsheet and sends out a daily report based on that so that the owner or the project manager is always in the loop. I mean, I could see using this in my own business, calling all my devs, maybe calling your salespeople and figuring out what they actually did that day and then sending you a report that night. And so who's this actually work for? I'd argue a lot more than what I actually put down here, but these are just the use cases I've actually seen it used in. Construction companies where the project manager is chasing workers for updates every morning, landscaping, cleaning, or maintenance teams that need check-ins, will have time to call everyone. And then any operations heavy business where the manager is constantly checking in with employees. Next up is our second AI receptionist, and this one is specifically for returns and FAQs. So what it does is it answers repetitive customer questions like return policies, where's my order, or asking for business hours, and it resolves these common requests without a human ever picking up. Now, I've specifically built one for e-commerce companies before. It'll actually send out return links, track your order, stuff like that. And so, like I mentioned here, who is this for? E-commerce brands that are drowning in the post-purchase support can automate pretty much 100% of that. Local stores that get 15 plus calls a day about their hours, returns, or policies. And then lastly, anyone with one receptionist handling 100% of the dumb questions. And you might think dumb questions is a bit harsh, but after having automated tens of thousands of calls and listening to them, receptionists get asked the stupidest things ever. A lot of the time, it's just a complete waste of time to even pick up the phone for some of these people. I hate to say it, but a lot of people's default is just, pick up and call instead of looking it up. And so don't waste your employees' time and brain power in life answering dumb questions. Get an AI receptionist to do it instead. And then lastly, and I think this is one of the most valuable use cases that isn't used yet, is outbound appointment setting. So what it does is it automatically calls people who filled out a form on your website, the form on your landing page, or saw one of your ads and sort of like signed up for it. And what it does is it asks qualifying questions, can book in an appointment, and then actually tag the lead for follow-up if they weren't able to book the appointment in. So basically, you're taking out the entire appointment setting first part of sales so you can get people on with a closer as soon as possible. And the most powerful part is instead of having people follow up with all your paid ad leads, 24, 48 hours after, you're gonna have it happen literally within like an instant, within 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, so that, they're hot. They remember your ad, they remember what they just signed up for, and they can get in there. So who's this for? This is for solar companies, realtors, or med spas that are running a bunch of paid ads and just getting way too many unresponsive leads, old leads that were days old, a couple days old, and didn't respond. Coaches or closers who are wasting time chasing their form submissions. And then really any business where the pipeline looks full, your calendar looks good, your CRM looks good. Only about 10% of the leads actually answer because just none of them, you didn't talk to them while they were hot leads. You didn't talk to them soon enough. So this is possibly the most powerful AI voice agent on here, I'd say next to the receptionist. And so how can you actually get to building these? Because, a couple of these probably sounded good for your business. You're thinking I could use one or two of those. They really resonated. So how can you build these? So in terms of next steps, what you can do is top link down below. You can book a free call with me and I can let you know which of these I actually think will fit in your business. And we can figure out if it's a good fit for us to work together. If that doesn't sound good, then you can continue learning. There's a link to my free community down below. I have a bunch of resources on how to actually build these in there, as well as you can check out the rest of the videos on my channel. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.